The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, brick and mortar, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. This is where we talk about everything that happened here on the channel at the beginning, and then of course we do get into the weekly purchases in the back half. But let's recap the week that was. As you guys are fully aware, things move very, very fast on this channel, even faster on Patreon. And Patreon, appreciate all you guys supporting the old Patreon. Of course, a lot of extra content over there. There's going to be so much new content on the Patreon channel this weekend. It's probably going to make your head spin. Of course, I'm traveling for work the next couple of weeks here. Really a weird schedule I'm going to be living the next basically 2 months. So all kinds of different videos coming to the channel in the meantime at some strange hours probably as well. But we'll get them on the Patreon first, as we always do. So thank you for you Patreon members for supporting the channel and all the content and all the fun stuff like that. But of course, let's recap the week that was, and we knocked out a ton of unboxings this week on the channel. And let's dive in. Let's just start it off and go through them here. We did Warduke and Grimsword, of course, the NECA Dungeons & Dragons. Very cool figures. You guys know I don't know anything about Dungeons & Dragons, but I know cool figures, and that's what those were for sure. From our friends at DJC Collectibles, use code 8OFFDJC to save 8%, but I did get the brand new Marvel Legends X-Men 60th Anniversary 3-pack, Storm, Forge, and Jubilee. We unboxed that on the channel. Check out that one. That's brand new, hot off the truck. I don't think that was supposed to be out till April or May. Here we are. It's way, way early. And also, thanks to DJC Collectibles, I did pick up Popeye, Olive Oil, Bluto, and Castor Oil. We did a lot of Popeye unboxings this week on the channel. A lot of you guys enjoyed that. Really enjoyed those Popeye figures. And there's a few from Series 2 I'm probably going to dabble into. So Popeye, very, very cool. Check out the reviews on those. We unboxed the McFarlane Toys Weapon Pack Part 2, so the second round of weapon packs. Thought that was pretty fun to check out. We unboxed Grogu and Greef Karga Star Wars Black Series. A little long game on those. Got to get a deal. You guys know how that goes. But we did unbox some Star Wars Black Series this week. We did the Sergeant Slaughter Top 10 in honor of 25,000 subscribers here on the channel. We did the top 10 Sergeant Slaughter figures of all time. That's a fun one because that's just not G.I. Joe. That's not just wrestling. It's a little mixture of both. And you might be surprised what my number one figure was. So check that out, of course, on the channel. Tuesday tradition keeps rolling on. Jack's Classic Superstars. Every single Tuesday we do a Jack's Classic Superstars deep dive video. This week, no different, of course. We unboxed the Half Giant from Mythic Legions. Everybody loves a giant, and we unboxed that Half Giant. A 2-in-1 figure, just absolutely breathtaking. That Berserker mode he went into, oh, baby. Check that video out, of course. Masters of the Universe Classics. We did a Throwbacks Classics unboxing. You don't see a lot of that going on anymore, but we did do an unboxing from that. We also did, of course, The Simpsons. Super 7 Ultimates, The Simpsons. We've knocked out Moe, Homer. Poochie should be up very soon, if not already. Same with Itchy and Scratchy. Check out all those. A lot of unboxings to come on the channel next week from some of the stuff you're going to see in weekly purchases. And there's like 140 videos on the Patreon right now that I can always choose to put on traditional YouTube as well. So a lot going on the channel. And then finally, of course, Friday, the figure hunt. I was in the Quad Cities this week on some of my travels, so hitting some different stores. That is the fun thing to do. I should be up in Minneapolis area this week, so you never know. You might see me running around there. Maybe I'll venture into IKEA. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll be around up north in the shivering cold. I think it's going to be like -10, not counting wind chill up there this week. So it's going to be a little cold. I better pack a coat for once. Maybe that'd be a good idea. But a lot going on the channel this week for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all that. Hopefully you're commenting, subscribing, liking, all that kind of fun stuff everybody tells you to do as well. But let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. Looks like we're going to have a couple of rounds of weekly purchases today. So let's kick it off with round one. And let's start it off once again with DJC Collectibles. Picked up some stuff over there. War Machine, another early release here. Marvel Legends War Machine. Quite the repaint going on here, but I've always been partial to War Machine. Very, very cool looking. Look for that review on the channel. Patreon first, of course, very soon. Also got Dark Phoenix. Needed the Dark Phoenix. One of the ones I missed out on back in the day. Very happy for a re-release. We'll call that right here. So we got Dark Phoenix through the door. Same thing, a Build-A-Figure I do have in my collection. We'll do some comparisons. But I did get Spiral. Everybody loves four-armed creatures, especially humanoid type creatures, and especially female ones. Oh yes, there it is. But Spiral through the door this week. So some Marvel Legends coming in hot. And then, of course, I did talk about this. I couldn't wait to get after this one. I was so excited. Being an old school X-Men guy of the Jim Lee era, I did get the Jubilee Forge Storm Pack from them this week. So quite the delivery from old DJC Collectibles. Make sure you check them out. Link in the description below, as I always do say. Talked about these two, of course, NECA Toys. We already talked about them a little bit, but it is, of course, Grimm's Sword and Warduke from Dungeons & Dragons. Next level figures. Be on the lookout for them. You got to get a deal sometimes. You know, I saved $5 on one of these because it was damaged. Man, I'll take that all day long. I'm not keeping these boxes. You guys know that. How about a little Batman 66? I've been playing the long game, but man, the long game's not coming like it did 6 months ago. So I finally pulled the trigger on two villains. I ended up grabbing Mr. Freeze, finally, of course, the classic Mr. Freeze. And then I did grab Egghead. Vincent Price, I could not turn down Egghead, so there's Egghead in the collection. So I'll probably unbox these two together one of these days here on the channel. Stay tuned for that. The hits keep on coming. How about a little wrestling action? Target, of course, still has the $11.98 sale going on, at least as I'm filming this. And I did come across another Ken Shamrock chase this week. You guys know I love my Warriors, but I also love Ken Shamrock. I also love Terry Funk. So I needed both versions of the new Ken Shamrock. Loose, of course, and mint in box. Here's my mint in box chase of old Ken Shamrock. Very happy to have him through the door. How about some hot ones that I think a lot of you guys are going to want to see unboxed fairly soon? Ruthless Aggression Series 3, the Walmart exclusive, kinda. Kevin Nash, old big sexy himself, looking good in the black and white attacks. We got Kevin Nash right there. And then we got another one, no stranger to this guy. I think it's like the third or fourth figure of the year so far. John Cena, like a young Rey Mysterio, just having all the figures in the world this year. But we got a throwback John Cena, always cool here. So we will unbox those on the channel probably this week, I would have to imagine. And then the hits keep on coming. We did get the Dorkside Toys exclusive, and we being me, of course. Dorkside Toys, of course, no longer around, so I did go to eBay to pick this up. Infantry Commando Action Force. Oh, the Action Force back in the game right here. A lot like the 18, but totally different. But we got that one, the Infantry Commando. And I got one I'm very excited about, Pandora, new female Action Force. Looks like her and Zorana could have a fun night at the mall, maybe. Who knows what they'd be up to. But Pandora, very cool from the Action Force. And the hits keep on coming as I did get Steel Brigade. But the female Steel Brigade here, of course, Action Force through the door this week. And now, of course, some of you guys that are on Patreon, I think I have about 10 different Action Force videos up on Patreon. They'll all be on traditional YouTube eventually. Just have to get around to them. But I'm going to add these to the pile, add these to the unboxings to do, of course. But the hits keep on coming. I did get through the mail. Totally forgot to cancel my pre-order, but when I went to cancel them, I said, wait a minute. I got these on a heck of a deal, like back October. They had like a 25% off or buy one, get one, whatever the Target deal was at the time. So I just couldn't bring myself to return them, so I guess the army grows. I got 2 more Python Patrol officers. Didn't have to pay full retail, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep them in the army. That's what I'm going to do for now. But they do look very, very good. So I got 2 more Python Patrol officers this week. I think that's my 4th or 5th one there. So I'm all in on the Python Patrol, apparently, at this point. The hits keep on coming. Got to thank Josh McLean up there in Canada. Oh, Canada. I'm going to be close to you this week. But he did send me this free of charge. Knew I was looking for it. Roman Reigns WWE Mattel Hollywood figure. It is a loose version, but you guys know I'm a loose collector. I have a loose Elite collection. So I just definitely needed this in my collection, and I'm very happy he sent this my way. Definitely appreciate the help with that one. Old Dougie as well helping on this one, and you'll see it in the video if you haven't seen it already, depending if you're a Patreon member or not. But a lot of discussion about this, a lot of info that maybe isn't well known, so you definitely got to check out that one. And then I did get through the door today via eBay. I think I paid like $13 for this, something like that. But it is the Ric Flair Elite defining moment, and I think a lot of you guys say, oh, I know what Kyle's doing. I know what Kyle's doing. Well, last week on Weekly Purchases, I picked up another AJ Styles. Cheap, of course. See you later. Goodbye. Picked up that. Now, my plan for this AJ is to turn him into a TNA AJ somehow. I need some kind of an outfit or something. A little long game on that, so I will do that. But this Monday Nitro shirt, of course, a lot of people have been doing this. I'm going to put this on Ric Flair to signify his final match against Sting, of course, on Monday Nitro. So it's one of those really easy customs, and you guys know I'm one of the greatest customizers of a generation. Yes, I can take AJ Styles' shirt from a Legends pack and put it on a defining moment Ric Flair, and voila, you got a new figure. It's the simple things in life, but very, very cool. Gonna put this on my WCW shelf. It just signifies Ric Flair in his last match in WCW. Just a very easy custom that really anybody can do, and I'm all about easy. You guys know that. So there it is. There's round one of weekly purchases. Let me move some stuff around, and we'll be back with round two. All right, round two weekly purchases, and hot off the truck, we got some new wrestling figures here today. Who did we get? Well, finally, after about 14, 15 months, what is time anymore? Zombie Sailor Toys comes through with quite the piece here, as we got the retro card, retro style figure Danhausen from the Heels and Faces lineup. Look at that. You got a cape. We all know it is cape season, not just for Lando anymore. Danhausen looking really, really good here. And of course, if you were one of the early backers, you did get the Danhausen accessory set here. So I did get that. You get extra hands, you get money, you get a jar of teeth, you get a bag of money. So you do get that if you were a pre-order, early pre-order member of Zombie Sailor with this Danhausen figure. And I actually did order 2 of these. So I did get 2 sets of these, of course. Not sure what I'm going to do here. Part of me likes this so much I want to keep it because I like a lot of people. I like some Danhausen. But at the same time, this thing's selling for about $150 on eBay. Might be not a bad investment to flip this bad boy. I don't know. It's one of those things. Maybe you sit on it for a long time, hold it down the line, and then it becomes, you know, a $400 figure a year or 2 from now. But my gut does tell me once AEW starts releasing Danhausen, maybe the demand, maybe the rarity, well, the rarity not so much, but it will drop in price because there'll be other Danhausen options out there. That's just what my gut tells me. We'll see what happens, but a very, very good looking figure. Say what you want about Zombie Sailor, say what you want about the Heels and Faces lineup. At the end of the day, when you get the figures in hand, for the most part, everything I've seen so far has been awesome. And we do know he is trying to shrink that ship window down where basically you'll order a week or 2 weeks later, you get it right there in the mail. So he's trying to fix that. Took a little capital at the beginning like any business. So we'll see. The future is pretty bright for old Zombie Sailor in this line. He better wear some shades. There you go. But how about the next thing, the one I'm really excited for, of course, from Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But we got Elite 101 hot off the truck. Hot off the truck. Look for these unboxings very, very soon. We got the old America Nightmare here, Cody Rhodes. I don't know, a little bit of a rush job here. We're going to break into this one here, and we'll do a lot of comparisons on the channel. So stay tuned for my old good personal friend, Cody Rhodes. Be on the lookout for this review on the channel shortly. Another one, some guy named Mr. America, first time in the line. Very cool packaging here. We did get Mr. America right there. And then, of course, you can't forget this one, and I am kicking myself right now for not ordering 2 of these. I really need another one, but it is Kevin Owens right there. Looking like Austin, looking like himself, whatever you want to do. Choose your own Kevin Owens adventure, but looking really, really nice there. The one I'm most likely the most excited for in Elite 101. I know some people like it, some people hate it. I absolutely love this. It is my boy Johnny Knoxville. I'm a longtime Johnny Knoxville fan, all the way back to the Jackass days, of course. Loved him in wrestling, channeling his inner Andy Kaufman, and I would love somebody to make me a custom Andy Kaufman out of this. Absolutely love this. Can't wait to unbox this one. Very excited about this one right here. Series 101 continues with all Ricochet, and he's got those big old Ricochet hands in there as well. Very cool. We haven't seen Ricochet in the line for quite some time. A very good, colorful one here as well. So I'm excited for a new Ricochet. And then finally in 101, we do get Sonya Deville. We got her coming in. I should have the Chase. That is shipping separately, so hopefully I get that Chase. I guess that'll be in next week's weekly purchases. I don't know. But there it is. There's old Sonya Deville looking pretty good right here. So Elite 101 and Danhausen through the door. Doesn't get much better than that, but we got to carry on. We got more rounds of weekly purchases. All right, we kick off round number 3 of weekly purchases. In round 3, we're going to kick it off with some of you guys were giving me a hard time saying, Kyle, How do you not own a hairdryer down in your fig cave? Because I was complaining, and you're going to see it a lot in some of these Action Force videos once you get to those. A lot of complaining about, okay, you got to heat up the parts. Well, I got to leave my basement, go all the way upstairs to my wife's bathroom, have to grab her hairdryer, work on it, take it all the way back downstairs. It's just quite the process, and I was complaining how I don't like that. And a lot of you guys said, I guess rightfully so, why don't you have a hairdryer in your basement or a heat gun or something like that in your basement? You're exactly right. So I was about ready to order one on Amazon, and then my wife saw it in the cart and said, what are you doing? What are you getting a hairdryer for? And I said, well, I need it for the base. She goes, you realize I have multiple hair dryers that I don't use that are in the closet? I said, oh, do tell, do tell. So Kyle, got to get a deal. I got one of my wife's old hair dryers. Got this little hair dryer. It's like a travel hair dryer. Guess what? It's coming down here. It's going to stay down here. Down when I'm working on my Action Force, I'm working on my Simpsons heads, I can just heat them up real quick down in the basement from the comfort of the luxurious basement. Don't have to go all the way upstairs and deal with dogs and kids and wives. I can just do it down here. So, oh, living the dream. I might never go upstairs again. I got a refrigerator over here. I got the hairdryer right here. What more do I need? I don't even need food. I'll start packing a lunch down here. Who knows? I'll just live down here. All right, that's the way it's going to go. But I did get a hair dryer, so that is a weekly purchase in kind of a way. It's more of a transaction, a weekly transaction between my wife and I, and it happens from time to time. How about extreme sets? We've talked extreme sets on the channel numerous times. Right over here, I got what? I don't even know what I got. Oh, I got the train track, the subway set, and I got the turtle sewer layer on a deal, of course, in the outlet price at Entertainment Earth. Using discount code Kyle, I saved myself 10% and got free shipping on those. Haven't figured out what I'm doing with them yet, but I'll figure it out. I always do. But Extreme Sets, I did get some of their brand new wrestling releases. I did get the Supreme Backstage. Once again, not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this, but I did pick it up. I got some big ideas. I just need some time, and that's my biggest enemy in life. Probably a lot of you guys as well, is time. How do you find time for everything? And it is very, very tough, especially these days. Until March, for me, it's going to be really tough to find any time. But I'm going to try. I'm going to put this together. I also got the Supreme Ring Mats Pack. How about pack? Pop-up there. So I did get this as well, the pop-up diorama, the ring mats. So really building out an arena. In the last jewel piece here, and once again, I haven't even opened up the crowd from before. I got the old school crowd out, then I got the second one still in the box. Well, I guess I'm just a crowd collector at this point, as I did pick up the massive, look how big this box is, the big Extreme Sets. How cool is this? This is like the Manhattan Center, if you guys remember early Monday Night Raw. Very, very cool, very big. Gonna have to figure out how to set this up. I got some ideas. I might have to pull my wife and kids out to help me out. Maybe we'll do a time-lapse video. Maybe we'll do a video setting this up. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but we'll see what happens. But I got all the stuff for a big arena. Just where am I going to put it and how am I going to do it? That's the key. I got some ideas, just got to figure it out. But these are some big, big boxes, of course, as you can imagine. And they should be up on Entertainment Earth fairly soon. And discount code Kyle is going to save you 10%. And you'll also be able to get free shipping, which is a heck of a deal. I'm all for ordering from the Extreme Sets website, but if you can get it cheaper somewhere else, well, you guys know what they say. Rob Halford always tells me. And he's exactly right, and it kind of fits in this circumstance right here. But there it is. That's round number 3. We got one more round of weekly purchases. Are you ready for round number 4? All right, let's take it home with round number 4. In round number 4, we talked about them. We got the Simpsons Ultimate Collection. We've got Robot Scratchy. We've got Robot Itchy. Got to have Itchy and Scratchy. We got everybody's favorite, of course, Poochie. Poochie through the house. We got everybody's favorite bartender. We got Mo. And then finally, the first one we did unbox on the channel, Deep Space Homer. So if you haven't checked them out yet, and keep checking the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're going to unbox all those Super 7 Ultimate Simpsons figures. Absolutely next level. I absolutely love those figures. You know, Super 7, they get a bad rap from time to time. We've talked about that Andre the Giant, not the best work they've ever done. But man, these Simpson ones, I am very excited about the future of this line. Some very, very good looking figures we've received so far, and more to come, hopefully. Continue on. How about a little Target clearance? I believe I found this in Galesburg, Illinois. Absolutely, stunningly beautiful this time of year, and I should know, I was there. They have some terrible Reese's peanut butter cups, though. I got one at the Target there in Galesburg. I don't know what happened to that thing, but it was hottest of hot garbage. Don't recommend the Target Galesburg Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Make sure you note that in your journal or something. But I did get this guy, this Fortnite Double Agent, $7.49. I said I can stick him somewhere. I can figure out a home for this guy somewhere, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I did pick him up at the Galesburg Target. Has Galesburg ever got so many shout-outs in a day? I don't think they ever have. Kudos to you, Galesburg. Then I did find these in my travels at Walmart. Pulled the trigger, not exactly sure why. Caught me at a weak moment. $7 clearance. I did get the Alien because they have Junkyard from G.I. Joe is what it looks like to me. He does come with an alien and a dog, which is interesting. As you guys know, I've never seen the Alien movies, but I do know my Predators, and this Predator is really cool. This caught my eye, and for $7, a blue Predator. I love Smurfs. I love hairy bipedal creatures. I love little creatures. I love Predators. I'm picking this up. So I got one Predator and an Alien through the door this week. So how about that? And then it looks like this is it. I think this is the final one. This will be part of our Jack's Classic video every single Tuesday. You guys know I've been trying to complete a loose collection. I'm pretty darn close to that, but I got to find some of these ones at good deal prices, and that's exactly what I did. I found Shawn Michaels this week at a fairly good price. Going to open this one up on the channel eventually. You'll probably see this unboxing video unless you're a Patreon member. You'll probably see this sometime at the end of 2024. I got to be honest with you. We got all of 2023's videos done for Classic Superstars. They're all up on the Patreon for you. Now 2024, we're starting to look to the future there, and some more surprises to come with Classic Superstars throughout this year, I would say. But a lot of stuff through the door this week, another one of those busy weeks. Last week was a little lighter, this week was heavy. I do anticipate next week to be a little lighter, but like I said, I got a lot of traveling to do. We'll see what I come across, we'll see what I find. We'll see what comes through the door next week. You just never know what's going to happen. Sometimes those weeks surprise you. You guys have been there. You guys are collectors. You know how it goes. But another fun week of weekly purchases. What did you guys pick up this week? Anything good? Anything that you really couldn't live without that you had to pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as I always do say. And don't forget about the Patreon, your best way to get ahead on the Classic Superstars videos and every other video here on the channel. But it is truly your best way to support the channel. We did a Q&A this week from my hotel room. Yes, my hotel room is where I did the Q&A. It was like a fireside chat with Kyle is what it was. I think it was like 40 minutes long almost. But a lot to talk about in the Q&As every single month. A lot of good stuff. A lot of really good questions about there. And we get pretty deep over there on the old Patreon. So check out those videos if you're a Patreon member. And like I said, make sure you do subscribe to this very channel. And don't forget to hit me up and follow along on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week. And until next time, I'll see you guys all real soon.